Welcome to the Inspiring Coaches Show, the podcast devoted to inspiring coaches to bring their professional dreams to life by revealing the knowledge, insights, and best practices of other inspiring coaches. I'm your host, Jen Anderson, Master Certified Coach, early settler of the coaching industry, lover of all things coaching, and what coaching is doing to make the world a better place. Well, hello out there. As you all know by now, I love to start every coaching session by asking my clients what we can celebrate from their life. I really find that this gives them that opportunity, just kind of exhale, breathe, shift their energy, their mindset, and really be ready for coaching. And so I do that with every podcast. Actually, everything I do, first thing I ask is, what can we celebrate from your life? So our celebration this week comes from Kay Epps, who is a United States-based, almost PCC coach. She just has to take the credentialing exam and she'll have that PCC. But Kay is celebrating the fact that more and more companies are investing and providing coaching below the executive level, including investing in their individual contributors. And Kay says that feels like winning in the leadership coaching space. And I agree with you, Kay. I think it is amazing. The more the merrier, the more people that are coached in the world, the more the world is a better place. So thank you, Kay, for providing that celebration. I'd love to invite each of you out there listening to send me a 2 to 3 sentence celebration from your work as a coach in the world. Keep in mind that we do have to honor confidentiality, but if you want to celebrate your work with clients or with growing your business or anything at all that you would love to use to inspire other people, we'd love to feature that on an upcoming episode. And so you can send me your celebration. My email address is jennifer@coachingoutofthebox.com. All right, well, today our guest is Coach Chrissy Carew, and her topic is empowering your clients to embrace the deepest yearnings of their heart to transform our world. And so Chrissy is a Hall of Fame Master Certified Coach and Board Certified Transformational Coach. She's a professional certified mentor coach, podcast host, which I'm hoping we'll get a little minute or two to talk about, trainer, author, and activist. And I'm absolutely excited to hear what she's up to around that as well. Chrissy coaches highly driven individuals who have an indomitable will and are relentless in their pursuit of elevating their world to awe-inspiring heights. Chrissy's clients reach for the ultimate state of human fulfillment by wholeheartedly embracing their gifts and ferociously sharing them with others. And I love these words because I know Chrissy is incredible with words and that she really crafted these. So on a personal note, I want you to know that Chrissy and Chrissy is one of my dearest friends in the coaching world. And we've been connecting monthly for many, many years and supporting each other in our quest to bring our passions to the world, make a big difference. So beyond being an incredible coach, she is one of the best humans that I know. And I'm really happy to have her here. So to get you centered on her topic, Chrissy has provided us with a quote. When we marry our deepest heartache to our greatest gifts and connect them to our genuine passion, we will collectively transform our world. And those are Chrissy's words. So while you're pondering that bit of wisdom, we're going to take a quick break to hear from our inspiring sponsor, and then we'll be right back, and Chrissy will finally get a chance to talk.
Whether you have your ICF certification or going through the process, you may be wondering how to set up and build a thriving coaching business. We know it's not easy to get started. There are so many unknowns, yet you know who you are and how your work can positively impact the lives of your clients. With this in mind, we have created the Business Builder Essentials for Coaches program. This program is led by a world-class experienced coach that has helped hundreds of coaches build their practices over the years. You can help your clients set and achieve their goals, learn new skills, and make positive changes in their lives. This can be an extremely rewarding experience. You don't have to go at it alone. This course is practical and pragmatic and gets working towards building your dream coaching business from day one. You've got this, and we're here to help. Reach out to an enrollment coach today. Let's make your dream a reality.
Okay, so welcome back. As a quick reminder, today we're being inspired by our guest, Chrissy Carew, with regards to her work, empowering her clients to embrace the deepest yearnings of our hearts to transform our world. So welcome, Chrissy.
Thank you for having me, Jennifer. It's great to be with you, my dear friend.
It is always so great to be with you. You are one of those people that your presence just brings joy and lightness and courage. And I could probably come up with 50 other words to describe it. And so I'm really honored that you said yes to being here today.
Thank you. I'm honored that you invited me. So thank you.
There you go. Honor for everyone. So, okay. So, I like to go straight to the heart of the topic. So my question is, how did you first become inspired to coach people to embrace the deepest yearnings of their heart?
I think it started when I was little. My mom used to tell me that I used to have meetings with the neighbors, with the kids, to up their standards. And we were very competitive in sports. And I remember just telling some of my childhood buddies, you can do this, you can do this, and racing or bike decorating or whatever sport we were into, building forts. We built a lot of forts. And a lot of them in my neighborhood, they didn't have as much confidence, and it was fun to really goad them into really going the full distance. And that's, I think, when it began. It's always been like that.
Well, it's kind of fun because I really noticed the word goad. I goaded them, and now you coach them. What's the difference between goading and coaching, do you think?
Well, it is different for sure. But I think one of my greatest gifts and one of my greatest flaws is that I see the divine in others. And it's so easy to see that. And, and of course, the flip side of that is that I have been hurt by others, by believing in them too much. And I'm not talking about clients per se,
Right.
just in life.
Yeah. Yeah. You bring your heart to everything. You were one of the first, you may have been the first coach who ever told me it's not only okay to love your clients, you kind of gotta have to love your clients. Like you just love your clients, right?
Oh gosh, I think that's the most important place for us to be, is with our clients. If we don't know them yet, we just love their humanity. And because it's not easy being a human being. And that naturally, I think, can evoke a lot of compassion for all of us when working with our clients.
Well,
It
you
makes a
definitely
huge
lead
difference.
Definitely. And I think you are a stand for people being able to be loving to everyone, loving their humanity. Great distinction there, by the way, that even if we don't know them, we can love their humanity.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, everybody's deserving of that. And, to be in a profession where love can be front and center, I think is inspiring in and of itself.
We're very fortunate, aren't we?
Very fortunate, aren't we? Yeah, yeah. So Chrissy, what I have known to be true about you for the decades that I have known you is that you are passionate and you are comfortable with your passion. And, and I really think that you've embraced that about yourself, and you really look to where you can have the greatest impact, make the world a better place. Share with us a few of the projects. What would you like to highlight about ways that you've really walked your talk around this?
I think it started being on the ICF board and the head of PR in the olden days, in the mid 90s, right? And I had the privilege of heading up the PR, and I got to get to know all the coaches because of it. And what was really fun for me was reaching out to the media. And because I had a PR and event company for 10 years before I was a coach. But the first conversation I had with the media, they responded with, "Sure sounds like a cult to me." And but I understood that from being, having the experience in PR, that they might think that. But they went from being really skeptical to embracing coaching, to finally blessing it. And it was because of all the great coaches that were sharing their stories of what the work they were doing. My earbuds always fall out.
That's all right.
Yeah. And it really, really made a difference. It put coaching on the map.
Put coaching on the
And
map. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I remember when we were chatting kind of pre-show a couple of weeks ago, you said, do I step into owning that? I was like, own it. You were a part of that movement that really put coaching on the map. Your direct efforts have led to us all being here and having that impact. So I say own it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
As I blush.
Well, so coaching is definitely something you have been and continue to be passionate about. What else? What else? Where else have you applied your passion, embraced, and really transformed the world?
Definitely with rescuing animals and doing
Yeah.
pet therapy, which is very joyful. And when beginning to work with the NFL,
Mm,
because I saw a huge gap where we didn't have enough role models in the world. And I noticed their stage mostly focused on the few that were getting in trouble. But I did like 2 years of research
mhm,
and recognized there were so many players that were under the radar and doing amazing things in their communities. And they overcame tremendous obstacles and they were so humble. And so I wanted to introduce them to the world and especially youth so they could have something to strive for especially those that were underserved and didn't have, strong parents or any mentors, and they were out there on their own and, giving up hope at a very young age.
mhm.
That really concerned me.
And that's your
So
tagline, right? A bold movement, insightful
yes,
player, a bold
yes,
movement of hope, right?
yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a bold
Yeah.
movement of hope for
Yeah,
sure.
and for those of the listeners who are international, perhaps they don't know NFL, so that's the National Football League here in the U.S., which is
Oh,
not
right.
soccer, right? It's what we call football. And so you read a book as well, Chrissy, in support of this passion, right, of bringing these players' stories and inspiring, right? Do you want to share a little bit about your book?
Yes, the book has 32 stories of NFL players that overcame tremendous obstacles to reach their dream. It was more of a spiritual project than a football project. It was all about inspiring people to look beyond the challenges they're having and and to look at their stories as tremendous inspiration because some of them overcame unbelievable challenges that I couldn't even relate to. Like one of my players used to have to hide behind his couch in his home because there were bullets flying out in the street.
Oh,
And another one, his father was murdered when he was 8 years old. I mean, there's all kinds of stories like that. And it's not the world I grew up in. But there are a lot of kids out there that are living in that world. And especially now with all the gun problems we have out of control. So that really inspired me to get their stories out. And every one of the players had guiding principles. And at the end of every story, and we created them so kids could hang them up, or and adults, right on their refrigerator or on a
mm,
bulletin board. Um, and did a program with a school, and the kids read stories, and then they picked their guiding principles that they were going to implement into their life, and it
mhm,
was really exciting. It's just been really thrilling to be able to, these players are so intimate in sharing where they messed up. They're very, very transparent and they want to save kids their mistakes as well as adults.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. I read the book, of course, and it's been a while because I think I read it right after it came out. But talk about inspiring and your passion, and I know that sometimes people it helps them to understand kind of what inspires your passion, like where did this passion for this come from? And your dad was a football coach, right? He was at a high school
Yes.
level, if I'm remembering right, Coach
Yes,
Carew.
he was a tremendous athlete in every Hall of Fame as a college and high school student and coach
Mm,
for football and baseball. Football was his favorite, and he used sports to help kids learn valuable life skills. And so he was a tremendous inspiration for me. And Carew's my maiden name.
Mhm.
And so I named my coaching business after him.
Ah.
And I got to tell him that before he passed away, which is great.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, he loved it. Yeah,
Yep. And you have a podcast
I
based on
do.
Insightful Player as well. You
I
want to share a
do.
little bit about
Yes.
that?
Yeah. The podcast is all about interviewing these players, and the whole message, again, it's a bold movement of hope.
Mhm.
Hello, everybody.
You're
Um, and it's all about we're promoting a world where there's more inclusion,
Mm,
kindness, and love.
mm,
And so that is really important to us because there's so many silos, especially since COVID, right?
yeah.
And people are really having a hard time plugging in, and they don't feel connected. And so
Yeah.
that whole inclusion piece is a huge part of Insightful Player. And kindness, looking for the best in others, right? And being loving versus critical.
Mm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think your example here too, I mean, the work you're doing is phenomenal with this, honestly. And for our listeners who are looking for your inspiration to bring your passion and to help your clients bring your passion, we're kind of pointing to the parts of Chrissy's life where her passions have come from, right? So thanks, Chrissy, for role modeling for us, because I think it's important as coaches for us to understand that our clients' passions are often inspired from what's gone on in their own world, kind of their
Right.
history, even, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So I know you have another one that you're incredibly passionate about right now, and it's not the first. I remember 4 years ago, this also came up as a big passion as an activist. And so, what do you want to share about your work around the political scene, especially in the U.S.?
Promoting democracy.
Democracy.
Again, being more inclusive, kinder, loving, and educational. So the educational piece is huge. And because we're really at a tremendous crossroad right now. And as my old friend Frank used to say, we're in deep sneakers.
Deep
But
sneakers.
right, but we need to lean into hope. We can't give up hope. And that totally goes with that, to really pay attention to the aspirations of your soul to make our world a better place. I think we all need to do that. I think not just and if we're afraid to do it, we need to get support and get over that, because that's what's going to make a difference in the world if we all follow what's in our hearts. And I think we all need to get involved with this political road we're on, and just contribute wherever you find that it's important for you to contribute. And it doesn't have to be in a really big way. It could be in a small way. But be educated and make sure you know the facts. What's the truth? Because there's a lot of things out there that aren't the least bit true, and people are believing it, and it really scares me. Some really
Yeah.
good people are on the wrong path of who they're following politically. People I love, I think they're on the wrong path.
Yeah. Yeah. And finding a way, taking a coach approach, is what comes to mind for me, and having conversations with people.
Right. And I'm so judgmental about it that I work on that with my coach.
Well, again, great role modeling, because yes, we all have our blind spots and our limitations, and working on those. It's a part of our path as coaches, absolutely. Chrissy, I heard a theme running through talking about the pets, and I know that you have is it 4 right now that you have?
4 rescue dogs.
For
Yes.
rescue dogs and the pet therapy, and I know you take them into nursing home, right? I'm not sure if that's the right term
Yeah.
these days,
Yes.
but and then with Insightful Player, and now with the activism around the political scene, the word I heard come up each time is hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope.
What does that word mean to you?
Well, I feel like I'm a promoter of hope. And yes, for sure. I think my purpose is to lift the spirit. And that's one of my favorite things about coaching, is having people connect with their hope, because it's inside all of us. And when they get more familiar with it and make greater friends with it and start trusting it more, it's just so transformational. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it prevents us from, going down some side roads that we don't really need to go, because they're not in our best interest. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
yeah, it does make sense. It's really, yeah, those side roads, those detours.
Or give up, you know?
Give up.
I know. And I think we all, as coaches, we all need to really do even more work in letting people believe in what's in their heart. Because
Mm.
everybody has something in their heart, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
want to bring into this world.
I don't want to gloss over that. Everybody has something in their heart that they want to bring into this world, is what I think you just said, right?
Yes.
And as a coach, or we're all coaches in theory listening in here. The title of the talk today was empowering your clients to embrace the deepest yearnings of your heart. So what's a tip that you can give to our listeners about how they can empower their clients in that way?
I think is to be just really inquisitive and interested in listen for values and strengths and passion. And it's just amazing. Just last week, I had a client that when she came to me, she was working all the time on her phone on weekends with her work, and she just didn't stop. So together we came up with a challenge for her to take weekends off
Mm.
and to clear the decks, if you will, right? And over time, she has given herself more space. And what has arisen from within her is that, and she was secretive about it, is
Mm.
that she's a writer.
Oh.
And so now she is at the beginning stages of writing a novel. And
Mm.
she made room for that. She had to clear, sometimes you have to clear the decks first to get the debris out of the way, right?
Mhm.
And to develop new habits, to really honor yourself, to have more space so you can hear those messages from your soul.
Well, there you go. Clear the space to hear those messages from your soul. Yeah. Yeah. So interesting. Well, this is the playground we're on as
I
coaches,
know. Aren't we
isn't it?
lucky? We're so
We are
lucky.
so lucky. Yes, absolutely. And the fact, I mean, you've talked about inclusivity, and case celebration starting off the show today, is really about bringing coaching to growing numbers of people, all walks of life, really. It's so near and dear to our heart, the inclusivity piece. And so you really walk the talk on that. Walk the walk. I never get that saying right. So, Chrissy, did we miss any of your passions that we were going to highlight?
I don't think we
I don't want
did.
to forget anything.
I don't think we did. Um,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
then I love to ask this question. So what is your next stretch as a coach? Because, we're either growing as a coach, or maybe it's time to hang up the whistle and the hat and the cleats and sneakers. So what's your next stretch?
Well, I would like to coach an NFL team,
Oh,
and that would be really fun.
yeah,
And I don't know, there's something about Congress that I have such a passion for politics, is that
you do.
I'd be very interested in seeing if I could work with them to generate some competencies, right? Create some values, right? Um,
Guiding
again,
principles even beyond the
judgmental, there I
Constitution.
go,
Judgmental.
you know.
Well, there's a difference between being judgmental and discerning.
You're
And what
right,
I
you're
just heard
right.
is discerning, right? Judgmental means you're being critical, and that's not what
Mhm.
I'm hearing. You want to bring out people's hearts, create that
Yeah,
hope.
yeah, and also to look to see if anyone else wants to partner with Insightful Player and become a part of it.
Ah, okay.
Um, and I have no idea what that looks like yet.
Hmm.
But I
Hmm.
work best with a team,
You do. You do.
you
I mean, we've
know?
been collaborating, working on our own things, but collaborating and supporting each other and bringing hope to each other for, I don't know, probably close to 20 years now. And you are really, really good at it.
Thank
So
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So partnering with someone potentially around Insightful Players. So if anybody's listening, they could contact you, and explore, maybe have some
Yes,
conversations. Okay.
explore.
What is the best way for someone to reach out to you and continue a conversation with you?
Either my mobile phone or through email.
Hmm.
And my mobile number is 603-321-1862.
Hmm.
And my email is Coach Carew at insightfulplayer.com.
Yes, perfect. Okay. All right. Well, Chrissy, Thank you so much for being willing to share your brilliance with us all today. I really, really love every minute I get to spend with you.
I feel the same way about you, Jennifer.
Well, thank you. And I'm going to have you hang on for just a second. We're going to go to another wonderful message from our inspiring sponsor. So we will be right back.
Okey-doke.
Hello, listeners. This is a special message from the International Coaching Group. We're thrilled to have you with us today on the Inspiring Coaches Show. If you're in search of an ICF accredited coach educator, look no further. Our flagship 555 coaching skills training program has been taught to over 45,000 people in over 38 countries. Additionally, our signature Fast Track to ICF credential program has been a key reason why both individuals and corporations choose the International Coaching Group to support their coaching skills, training, and coaching journeys. Ready to take the next step? Visit www.coachingoutofthebox.com to learn more or schedule a call with one of our enrollment coaches. We're here to support you every step of the way. Don't wait, start your coaching journey today.
Okay, welcome back. You can apply to be a guest and inspire us the way Chrissy has inspired us today. So we're always looking for inspiring guests. So if you're interested in joining me on the show, please send an email to jennifer@coachingoutofthebox.com and include your topic idea and a short blurb on how you think it will you think it will inspire coaches to bring their coaching dreams to life. And as we all know, inspired coaches believe in expressing gratitude. And so, Chrissy, thank you again so much for sharing all of your wisdom and your joy and your hope more than anything else today. Thank you for sharing your hope with us.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Yes, absolutely. And I do want to thank our sponsor, the International Coaching Group. And most of all, I would love to thank you out there, our listeners. You're here because you're committing yourself to bringing your coaching dreams to life and staying inspired, and you're listening to our show. Please don't forget to subscribe so that you're reminded that there's new episodes. I think starting in August, we're going to be moving up to 2 a month because we are growing. And we are getting great feedback on what we're doing here. So please invite other people to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe yourself. Until next time, I'm Jenny Anderson, Master Certified Coach, and this is the Inspiring Coaches Show.